So, I started a brand new Nuzlocke series for myself that emphasizes exercise. In this video, I am going to be doing a hardcore Nuzlocke of Brilliant Diamond while walking on a treadmill. This was a challenge I streamed here on YouTube and Twitch, but I wanted to make a more condensed video for you all. The rules are your standard for a hardcore Nuzlocke, but with the addition of adding a 30-second jog penalty if a Pokemon faints, and a 3-minute jog penalty if my team wipes. I started this challenge because I needed to find a way to motivate myself into a healthier lifestyle, and I had a lot of fun doing this. So, welcome to my Treadlocke. I started my journey of exercise by watching TV. Nah, let's put a stop to that. I go meet up with my rival who I name Marcus. We discover Professor Birch and Dawn, and they leave a briefcase behind. We go and pick it up, but some wild Starlies come out and attack. I choose to fight the Starlies with Chimchar, and took out the annoying bird. I nickname my boy Goku, and I pick up a Starly I name Pluto, a Bidoof I name Reagan, a Shinx with Rivalry I name Nala, as well as Rosie the Badoo, Adrian the Geodude, Karen the Magikarp, and Shazam the Abra, before making my way to Orberg City. Then I pick up a Machop I forget to nickname, and I make a grave error with my next encounter. Yeet it! One? Help, nope. Yeah, if Bind kills, it's over. Yeah, I lost Reagan pretty early on. I hate Bind, but honestly that was pretty dumb on my end. I miss out on the Onix and have to jog for 30 seconds. I grind up my team, evolving my Chimchar into Monferno, and then I take on the first gym leader, Roark. I send out Monferno against his Geodude, and 2 power-up punches takes it out. Onix is out next, and 2 power-up punches also take Onix out. Cranidos is out next and goes down to a 4+ boosted Mach Punch. I get my first badge. I guess you could say this is a step in the right direction.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Jokes aside, I head to Flormora Town and pick up a Pokemon that might be a bit controversial, Jirachi. Now, I've never actually used Jirachi, so I wanted to give it a try. I then head to Valley Windwork and take on Mars. I send my evolved Luxio out and take her Zubat out with 1 Thunder Shock. Purugly comes out next, and I switch into my Staravia, getting an Intimidate off, and take a Fake Out in the process. Then after taking a Thief, Pluto uses Pluck, eating Purugly's Oranberry. Then after growling twice, I switch into Machop, taking a growl in return. Then after another ground, I use Low Sweep. Purugly is still faster though, hitting a Scratch, but my next Low Sweep takes the kitty out. Mars I assume goes to Jupiter, and I go buy some Repels. I don't want to run into my Force encounter in a double battle. But speaking of encounters, I pick up Waywatch the Weasel, Chad the Baneri,
It's Chad!
Donald the Psyduck, and Sicey the Scyther. If you're wondering, I am allowing myself 1 encounter in each area underground. Also, on the Twitch side of things, people can use channel points to either add a new encounter or kill off one of my Pokemon. So, there will be some viewer added encounters. Anyway, I catch a Meditite I named Nancy, and Cleffa's only at night? Really? Let's go! Let's go! Jeff the Cleffa. You'll see why I had that reaction later on in the video. Jeff becomes a very important Pokemon. I also catch a Scorpy and then take on the second gym leader, Gardenia. I lead with Scyther, taking out her Cherubi and Turtwig down in 1 hit, and then Roserade comes out. Wing Attack takes Roserade down to the red, with Citrus Berry activating, taking it out of the heal range, and Scyther gets stun spored. After taking a Grass Knot, Roserade goes down, and I get my second badge. That means the next fight up is Jupiter, who I will not get stupider for. So, before I fight her, I catch my own Cherubi from a honey tree, and catch a Drifloon since the day I was playing was a Friday, and a Ghastly. Now I won't lie, I was a bit nervous about this fight, so after grinding on a lot of Roselias for levels, I had a plan. I lead with Geodude, taking out a Zubat with Smackdown, and then Skuntank comes out. It uses Poison Gas and I use Bulldoze, lowering its speed. It's still faster, getting off a Snarl, and my Bulldoze takes it down to the red. This time though, Geodude is faster with 2 speed drops and takes the skunk out. Now it's time to get even more encounters. I pick up a Ponyta, a Shellos, nab a Happiny Egg, catch a Mime Jr., a Kricketune, and then fight Maylene, who is honestly pretty easy. Kadabra handles Meditite and Machoke, and Gyarados takes out Lucario. So again, pretty easy. You know who else was easy? Wake. Luxio takes out Gyarados with Thunderbolt, Cherim takes out Quagsire with Magical Leaf, and then Gyarados takes out Floatzel. So, I got 2 badges pretty quickly. I then saved the day preventing something disastrous from happening in the Safari Zone, and then after a history lesson from Cynthia's grandma, I battle Fantina. I send out my Luxray and Ravelry becomes a blessing, taking Drifblim out in 1 hit. Gengar comes out next. It hits Nala with Confuse Ray, but my Lioness breaks free, and Volt Switch hits huge. I then switch into Karen. Gengar uses Confuse Ray as well, but Karen also breaks free from it, taking Gengar out with Crunch. Estrevious comes out next. I switch in Blissey next into a Dazzling Gleam, and she tanks it so well. After tanking another Dazzling Gleam, I set up Light Screen. I then switch Nala into a Confuse Ray. I decide to stay in as it uses Phantom Force. I miss my first attack. Next turn Phantom Force hits, and I am able to get a Volt Switch off, allowing Karen to come back out safely. Mischievous uses Confuse Ray, but it does not matter. Karen breaks through the confusion and takes the ghost out. I get my 5th badge, and Cynthia is just waiting for me outside. Stalker much? Next I catch a Wingull and a Tentacool, and then start my gym battle with Byron. He leads with the Bronzor, and I lead with Infernape. My first Flame Wheel hits hard, and Bronzor uses Trick Room. After setting up a Sandstorm, though, it goes down. Steelix comes out next. I switch into Karen, and it uses Earthquake. I then switch Cherry Pie into a Thunderfang. It uses Thunderfang again, and I miss a Leech Seed. Trick Room runs out, so Cherry Pie gets Leech Seed off first, and Steelix uses Gyro Ball. Then I use Morning Sun to get some health back, and get hit with another Gyro Ball. I then set up Sunny Day, and... Oh, hello, crit! Okay. That was crazy. After using another Morning Sun, I of course get hit with another Gyro Ball. This goes on for a bit, but after a while, thanks to Leech Seed, Steelix is low enough to take down with Magical Leaf. Bastiodon comes out next. I set up a Leech Seed, taking a Stone Edge in return. I then switch Nala in as Bastiodon uses Iron Defense. I use Volt Switch, and it ends up not doing much damage. I switch into Pluto, getting off and Intimidate. I switch back into Nala, taking a Thunderbolt. I use Volt Switch again, switching into Goku this time, and take a weak Stone Edge. Bastiodon heals, and I start Power Up Punching. Takes a couple turns, but thanks to Power Up Punch and Leech Seed, I take Bastiodon down, getting my 6th badge. I meet up with Barry outside of the gym, and he tells me to meet him in the library for a story dump. But I have other things in mind. I fly to Castelia Town, go through Mount Coronet, make my way to Route 216, catch a Snowvern, a Sneasel, and then I fight Candice. She leads with Snowvern, and I lead with Goku. My first power-up punch takes Snowvern down to the red, and it uses Mist. My second power-up punch takes the Baby Yeti out, and then Sneasel comes out. It immediately goes down to a Mach Punch, and then Medicham comes out. Flame Wheel takes Medicham down to the red, and it uses Bulk Up. Then, thanks to Hail, Medicham goes down. Obama Snow comes out next, and immediately goes down to a Flame Wheel. I get my 7th badge, and now I'm ready for story progression. I meet up with Barry, Birch, and Dawn in the Candelave City Library, and Team Plasma causes a ruckus. I take out Saturn and Mars, beat Cyrus for the first time in the run, which by the way is the best name of any Pokemon game character across all Pokemon games. Disagree? Let me know in the comments and fight me. After beating Saturn again, I free the legendary trio and make my way through Mount Coronet. I battle Mars and Jupiter with Barry next, and something unfortunate happens during the battle. Alright, full switch for Ugly. Oh god dang it! Yeah, that crit was unfortunate. I jog for 30 seconds to mourn my fallen Nala and get through the battle somehow without losing anyone else. But then I'm immediately thrusted into the next battle with Cyrus. He leads with Honchkrow, and I'm leading with Goku. I'm really regretting Nala's death actually. I decide to play a bit risky here. I go for a power-up punch and Honchkrow uses Defog. I then use Flame Wheel with it living in the red, and Honchkrow crits with an Air Cutter, taking Goku down to 9 HP. After a full restore, Goku's Flame Wheel takes Honchkrow down to the red without a crit.
Oh, thank God for the crit. That wasn't even a crit. What? Wait. That was from full health. My actual Flame Wheel should have killed!
So my first Flame Wheel didn't take Honchkrow out due to a low roll.
What? What the?
Gyarados comes out next, and I switch into Pluto, taking a Waterfall. Then I switch into Karen, taking an Ice Fang. I then use Thunderbolt, activating the Wiccanberry, and take a Crunch, lowering my defense. I switch into Pluto, getting my 3rd Intimidate off, and take a Crunch. And then I switch into Cherry Pie, taking a Waterfall. Trade Pie gets a Leech Seed off and takes an Ice Fang. I then switch into Karen, taking another Ice Fang, and I start to Dragon Dance until Cyrus's Gyarados faints from the Leech Seed. Then I proceed to take out Crobat and Weavile with no issue. This has been the first time I've really truly utilized Cherrim in a Nuzlocke, and it's been a blast. I would have lost to Cyrus without it. Let's put some respect on its name. Next, it's time to fight Dialga, and I just eat a Master Ball. Hey, if I can use Jirachi in this run, why not, right? I then pick up a few more encounters, with the most notable being Gible and Bronzor, and after a lot of level grinding, I fight the last gym leader, Volkner. He sends out Raichu and I send out Gastrodon. Raichu uses Surf, but thanks to Storm Drain, it raises my special attack, and Gastrodon takes Raichu out with an Earth Power. Empapom's out next, I switch into Solarplex, taking a Fake Out. Then after taking a double hit, Psychic takes Empapom out. Octillery is out next, and I switch into my Raichu, while Octillery uses Focus Energy. One Thunderbolt takes the Squid out, and Luxray comes out next. I switch back into Gastrodon, taking a Crunch. After taking another Crunch, Earth Power takes Luxray out, and I get my last badge. Now it's time for the long E4 grind. I decide the Pokemon I will be using in this Elite Four will be Infernape, Garchomp, Bronzong, Gyarados, Clefable, and Roserade. After grinding my team up to 60, I spend literal hours trying to find a bloody Moonstone, until I just give up and get one from a viewer. Thanks again, Car Lover. Apparently Moonstones are more common in Shining Pearl, which is almost as stupid as not having one be found in the overworld. But I digress. I got my Clefable and it's off to Elite Four. But I guess before that, there is a man we do need to battle. My rival of the game, Marcus. I've skipped every battle before this because he just wasn't challenging. But this is his last battle of the game, so I want to show you how it went.
I don't like that that's faster. Sucks. But I still took you out in one hit. Get wrecked.
I might have been a tad over level, but hey, I trained everyone up for the Elite Four specifically. Speaking of, Aaron is up first. Infernape takes out his Dustox, Heracross, Beautifly, and Vespiquen with Flamethrower, and Garchomp takes Drapion out with Earthquake. Animations were accidentally off, but it doesn't change how easy Aaron was. Bertha is up next. I lead with Bronzong setting up a Stealth Rocks. I wanted to wait a couple turns before switching into Roserade to bait out an Earthquake, so AI knows Bronzong has Levitate, but it kept surfing. I decided to just risk switching into Roserade, and Quagsire uses Recover. Then we just sweep with Roserade, taking out Quagsire, Whiscash, Sudowoodo, Golem, and Hippowdon. Thank you, Mass Special Attack EVs and Wise Glasses. Next up is Flint. He leads with Rapidash and I lead with Bronzong. He hits a Hypnosis, but I wake up instantly thanks to Bronzong holding a Chesto Berry, and set up Stealth Rocks. I try to bait out another Hypnosis, but it uses Flame Charge, and Psychic hits hard. Rapidash's next Flame Charge hits Bronzong to the red, but Psychic takes the horse down. Steelix comes out next. I switch into Gyarados, taking a Fire Fang. Then I switch into Garchomp, getting a safe switch thanks to Steelix using Thunder Fang. I then use one Swords Dance and avoid an Iron Tail. One Earthquake takes Steelix out, and out comes Lopunny. It uses a High Jump Kick, but only does a little bit of damage, and Earthquake takes the bunny out. Drifblim comes out next. It ends up being faster than Spartan, missing a Will-O-Wisp, and I misclick Earthquake. It uses Minimize next, but I still take it down using Crunch. Flint's Infernape's out next, and Stealth Rocks eliminates its Focus Sash. Its close combat hits hard, but Garchomp lives, and Earthquake takes his monkey out. Flint's down, and now I have to fight Lucian. To be honest, I don't really have the best team to deal with Lucian's Pokemon, so I decided to make some cheese. I teach Calm Mind to Clefable, and we start the battle. I start the battle off by minimizing, and Mr. Mime sets up Light Screen. It takes a bit to max my stats out with Calm Mind and Minimize, but once I do, I go on the offensive. I take out Mr. Mime, Alakazam, Girafarig, and Metacham, and then when Bronzong comes out, I switch into Gyarados and take it out after 4 waterfalls. Lucian falls, but now it's time to take on the scariest trainer in the game, Cynthia. She leads with Spiritomb, and I lead with Clefable. I start with a Calm Mind, and Spiritomb Shadow Ball hits hard with a crit.
Did we really just start with the crit already?
I set up another Calm Mind, and she uses Shadow Ball. I then use a Minimize, and Shadow Ball hits again. I go for one more Minimize, and Shadow Ball still hits, taking Jeff down to the red. I decide I can't risk it anymore, so I take Spiritomb out with a Moonblast. Roserade comes out next. She misses a Sludge Bomb, and Jeff takes the Rose out with an Ice Beam. Gastrodon comes out next. My Moonblast hits hard but doesn't take it out, and Gastrodon misses an Earthquake. Cynthia heals Gastrodon, and this is the perfect opportunity to set up one more Calm Mind. guaranteeing my next Moonblast does the job. Lucario comes out next.
Flash Cannon is gonna hurt if it hits. And it hit. Calm Mind is...
Thanks to leftovers, Jeff survives and takes Lucario out with a Moonblast. Milotic is out next. It misses a Scald, and my Moonblast takes it down to the red. It takes a couple more Moonblasts, thanks to healing, to take it down, but then out comes Garchomp. The moment of truth is here.
Okay. We beat her. She's done. The +4 minimize came through.
There you have it. I beat a hardcore Nuzlocke while walking on a treadmill. The total miles I walked through the whole run was 39.7 miles. When I started the run, I weighed 369 pounds. And at the end of the run, I weighed 363. So I lost 6 pounds. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I was touched from all the kind words I've received while live and on shorts. So I wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate you. All your kind words motivated me. So I can only hope that I motivated you into getting started on your own health journey. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. I am continuing the Treadlocke with a different game, so if you want to watch live, subscribe here or follow me on Twitch. I stream on both platforms, and I'll also be uploading more breakdown videos like this, or unique content specifically for YouTube. Thanks again, I'll catch you next time. Peace.